And we welcome you to the Morristown-Beard School, where we are in action for the final swim meet of the 2021 swim season. Live on the Play-by-Play Sports Network, you're looking at the 200 medley relay. And the team of Julia Yermak, Abby Ewing, Isabel Thierman, and Mackenzie Doherty. And the final leg, the final 50, swum by Mackenzie Doherty here for Morristown-Beard. And the seed time, 2:45, so they're not going to hit the top time of the year for the Crimson. But they're in at a time of 3:04. All right, next up, we've got the 200-meter freestyle coming up. We've got a Doherty scheduled to swim again. Well, we may have some delay before the next race. Obviously, spring break here. Circumstances in 2021 have made it a little hard to keep a consistent squad out there, but Morristown-Beard is happy to have the services of Caitlin Tartaglione and Matt Aiello. Weren't necessarily expecting to get contributions from them today, but those two will be swimming in some events coming up. But since there is this virtual setup, you're going to have to take some extra time when swimmers are scheduled to swim in back-to-back races. So that's the case here, but we've got 200-meter freestyle coming up next. Got to look at the Mo-Beard squad huddling up. Amber Sky Green doing a nice job as the head coach this season. Her first year as the head coach, stepping in unideal circumstances and gathering the troops on a weekly basis, sometimes every other week. Well, we've got a full swim season in. Had to get creative this year to make the competitions happen, but good job by Coach Sky Green and all those here at the Mo-Beard Athletic Department to get swimming amongst us. So we will take another quick audio break before we start the 200 freestyle. All right, start of the 200-meter freestyle. It's Mackenzie Doherty in the pool. And she is off. Unofficial time in the top right-hand portion of your screen. The seed time to beat, 3:34.06. And there is Doherty's face time. 3:34.06 the time to beat. And first 50 down and just about 40 seconds in. Doherty by herself in the pool, which can't be ideal. You would think that at points it would be sometimes more helpful to have a full pool there. Have the energy of the adjacent lanes rub off on you. But Doherty against herself with just over 120 gone by. So Doherty halfway done here. Up and back, 25 yards apiece. So for 200 yards, it'll be 4 times back and forth. Mackenzie Doherty, another 50 yards to go. Final 25 for Doherty, looking to finish strong. She's going to come in right around that seed time of 3:34.06. She might not know it, but a couple of strong strokes here at the end could give her her top time of the year. And she'll just miss out on it, but a strong swim from Mackenzie Doherty. At the time of 3:37, right around there. So next up we will have the 200-yard individual medley. 2 swimmers in the pool here for the 200-meter medley. Abby Ewing will be in the pool for Morristown-Beard, as well as Machania. And off they go. Starting with the butterfly, seed time 3:34 for Abby Ewing. We do not have that number for Matt Chania. And there is Abby Ewing in lane number 3 in 3:47.27. And flying through for the final 10 yards of the butterfly portion of individual medley. Coming down the pool here as you get a shot up the corner cam, and is Matt Chania. Who has finished his first leg of backstroke. Ewing finishing up in backstroke. And now the arduous breaststroke. Cheers of Coach Sky Green filling the air here at Rook Pool. The first of 3 meets hosted here at the campus of Morristown-Beard. Strong swimming from Matt Chania. A late addition to the heat sheet. Stepping in and swimming well here in the 200 IM. So he finishes up with a time of just about 2:50, and now it's Abby Ewing all by herself. Abby Ewing with a little bit of a boost here in her final 25. Time to beat for her is 3:47.27. Looks like she's going to shatter that time. So a new top time for Abby Ewing. Once again, looking at that graphic. As long as the final couple of strokes don't take 20 seconds, which they won't, Abby Ewing finishes up with a time of 3:32 unofficially. All right, next up, 50-meter freestyle. All right, this is a fun one. Nice and quick. And we have another couple of additions into the lineup. Caitlin Tartaglione is in lane 3. Mackenzie Doherty is in lane 1. Matt Aiello's in lane 4. And Emily Freeland is in lane 2. Time to beat 28:40 for Matt Aiello. Unfortunately, we don't have the official score here running for this race, and not to mention that the scoreboard on site is also malfunctioning at Rook Pool. So the race looked good. Aiello trying to beat that time of 28 seconds. so that'll do it for the 50-yard freestyle. And we'll have another full pool for now the distance freestyle next. Julia Yermak, Abby Ewing, Isabel Thierman, and Matt Aiello will be swimming in event 8, the 400-yard freestyle, 400-meter freestyle. So we do have seat times for 3 of the 4 there, 7 minutes about. We'll take a look at that in a moment. And there are the seed times. 7:26 for Abby Ewing, Isabel Thierman 7:06.72, and Matt Aiello 6:02.01. So those are going to be the distance times to beat. Again, another catch of the breath for everyone involved as we begin the distance freestyle, as Matt Aiello will be swimming both in the 50-yard free and then, or 50-meter free, and then the distance freestyle right afterwards. So we'll take a quick audio break, come back with distance freestyle in a moment. All right, we're back for the start of the distance freestyle. 400 meters of freestyle. And they are off in lanes 1 through 4. You're looking at Matt Aiello in lane number 4. Julia Yermak in lane 1, Abby Ewing in lane 2, and Isabel Thierman in lane 3. So 1 male, 3 female. And the first 50 done at a time of 35 seconds for Matt Aiello. There's Isabel Thierman leading the trio of women in the pool. Aiello cruising here, 141 down. In lane number 2, you got to look at Abby Ewing, who finished up in the 200 individual medley with her top time of the year. And Ewing thrashes away before a flip turn with the number 5 laid down beside her. So her 5th lap done, and now on to lap number 6. About a third of the way done. And lane number 1 gets some face time with Julia Yermak, not with a seed time coming into this race. But she gets the honor of swimming right in front of Coach Green, who paces the far side. Inside the steamy Rook Pool, the Simon Athletic Center. Speaking of Simon, my name's Simon Rosenwasser, here with you on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. Zach Green, our director. Danny Ryan as well here, as Matt Aiello, the lone man in the pool. He is swimming well, with just shy of 4 minutes going by. Lap number 11 coming up. 250 of the 400 done for Aiello. And there's Coach Green pacing again with Julia Yermak in lane number 1. Again, a look at the seed times as they are in the heart of this distance freestyle race. Aiello with a minute and a half before he reaches his time to beat of 6:02:01. Looks like Abby Ewing and Isabel Thierman also will have theirs within race. Isabel Thierman. And the bell is going to come up. You hear the bell. And there's the referee allowing Matt Aiello the knowledge of his final 50 yards coming up. And a little extra pep in the step of Aiello as he passes Thierman to his right. Again, Aiello's time to beat 6:02. And he might just miss out on that time. But he'll finish just over 6 minutes. So Aiello done here. Thierman will be the second to finish, but we still got some time before she goes down and back again. Abby Ewing approaching her final 25 as Isabel Thierman makes her final flip turn. Going to pass Ewing the other way. So here comes Isabel Thierman. Just a couple of seconds within her seed time. She's also just going to miss out by a few seconds. 4 seconds behind her 7:06, but she comes in at 7:11. And here comes Abby Ewing to finish up. She's trying to beat 7:26.88, and she will do so. So Abby Ewing in at 7:24. And one of the good things about swimming, not only are you competing against the other team or maybe even your teammates, but yourself as well. It's kind of one of the reasons that this whole virtual swimming concept thing still works. Inherently, these swimmers bettering themselves on each swim, or at least attempting to. Here's the final couple strokes for Julia Yermak. And our lone distance event, well, at least individual distance event, is done. We actually don't even have the 400 freestyle relay either, so this is our longest event. And we are done at just about 8 minutes. And so we will take yet another audio break. Oh, you know what? Let's take a look at the coach's corner. Why not? Amber Sky Green, head coach for Morristown-Beard Crimson, coach for the Special Olympics. She was a basketball and softball player at the University of South Carolina. So an impressive athletic past. Been all over the country volunteering at the USA Swim Trials in Nebraska. And also a personal trainer and triathlete, along with her duties as the Morristown-Beard Crimson her Morristown-Beard Crimson head coach swim duties. And there's Coach Green. We thank her for getting us the heat sheets and information of who's swimming here, keeping up to date with any last-minute additions and changes to the lineup, which there were. Again, doing well this year despite the circumstances. All right, Amber Sky Green in our coach's corner. We'll take another audio break. Next up, we've got 200-meter freestyle relay. All right, next up, 200-yard for a 200-meter freestyle relay. And the first swimmer, Abby Ewing, back in the pool for Morristown-Beard. Take a look at that team. Abby Ewing, Julia Yermak, Mackenzie Doherty, and Isabel Thierman. First 50 going to Abby Ewing. As Julia Yermak readies. After the first leg, finishing up here. Yermak opting for kind of a half dive into the pool. Third swimmer coming up, Mackenzie Doherty. Doherty all by herself. Isabel Thierman will be the final swimmer in the final 200-meter freestyle relay. In she goes. The anchor. 2:25:53, the time to beat. And the relay team will not top their seed time. They finish up here in a time of 2:43. As we look at the finish yet again, Isabel Thierman, the final swimmer. And back to live action, where there is a cease in the action. 100-meter backstroke is next. 2 races left with 100-meter backstroke and then 100-meter breaststroke. Those are your final 2 races. Again, an abbreviated virtual meet for Morristown-Beard. But I'll be back with you in a couple of moments. Hundred-meter backstroke, Julia Yermak will be the only swimmer. Well, she's the only one listed on our graphic there. We do have the addition of Caitlin Tartaglione. In this race. But with Yermak swimming in the previous event. Take another extra couple breaths before the 100-meter backstroke is started. Again, you just saw that seed time of 1:39.64 for Yermak. Yermak in lane 2, Tartaglione in lane 3. And they start in the pool for backstroke. There's lane number 3's Kate Tartaglione. Down and back twice in 100-meter backstroke. Great athlete at Morristown-Beard, Tartaglione. On the field hockey team. And there is lane number 2's Julia Yermak, who makes her turn. Halfway done her race, final 25 for Kate Tartaglione. And Tartaglione climbing to the finish at 1:19. Tartaglione in for the finish. There's Tartaglione now by her lonesome finishing this race. There's the finish for Tartaglione. And we are quickly on to the final race. Isabel Thierman, Matt Jamia, and Emily Freeland, the swimmers. Isabel Thierman's time of 1:45.43. Again, Matt Jamia and Emily Freeman also in the pool, but those two late additions, the latter two late additions, so their seed times were not officially entered onto the heat sheet. Isabel Thierman here on your screen. So she's racing against herself at a time of 1:45.43. Lane number 2, it's Emily Freeland. Matt Aiello making the final turn. Matt Jamia. Only 2 males swimming for MBS in this meet, and Aiello is the other one. This is Jamia, who's looking to hit the wall in sub 1:30 time. And he does do so at the time of 1:29, the 100-meter breaststroke. Final few strokes for Isabel Thierman. And Thierman trying to beat her time of 1:45.43, and it looks like she just does get in front of her best time of the season. Isabel Thierman topping her time of 1:45.43 with a time of 1:44 here in the 100-meter backstroke. And Emily Freeland finishes up as well. So those are all of the swimmers that you will see for Morristown-Beard. And that's going to conclude the meet for Mo Baird. It's the first of 3 meets, so if you want to stick around for more swimming, we will have Hanover Park as well as Madison tonight. Hanover Park's meet starting at 5:30. We do have some replays, though, right? So we can take a look at some of the replays from the finishes of the meet. We'll get these replays set up. And there we go. This was one of the turns from an earlier meet. Here's Jamea finishing in the 200 individual medley. Aiello and Tartaglione in the 50-yard freestyle. Always exciting, that sprint in the middle of the meet. Aiello again in the distance freestyle. And 400 meters of free. Aiello looks strong right after that 50-yard one. Then the 200-yard freestyle finals. That was the 200 freestyle finish. We've got 2 of them. And this was Abby Ewing finishing up with that. Was the 200 freestyle relay. That was Isabel Thierman finishing up for the Morristown-Beard Crimson. So those are your final few strokes for all the Morristown-Beard Crimson swimmers this year. We've enjoyed streaming throughout the season, so those at home can stay in tune with how their Crimson are performing in the pool. We'll be back for the next meet after this. All right, we welcome you to the Morristown-Beard School. Hanover Park swimming, I should say. Whippany Park and Hanover Park combining as one, the final meet of the season, live here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. 200-yard medley relay, lane 2. Right now you're looking at lane number 3. Excuse me, you're looking at lane 4, and that's the boys who have Brian Mullen starting things for the lane 4 team. Dan Batrochenko, then Sean Giardino, and Adam Trin, the 4 for the lane 4 team. No scoreboard on site today. We've had some issues with the scoreboard throughout. We will have the official times for the other races. We are now looking at the final swimmer in lane 4 and Adam Trin for Hanover Park. This is the 200-yard medley relay. And Adam Trin finishing up in lane number 4. As the final swimmers, Faith Bordenabe, Megan Loinger, Anthony Pandulo, the other anchors for the respective relay teams in the 200-yard free relay. We've got lanes 5 and 2 still going. So lane 5, you're looking at Anthony Pandulo. And the first race has completed for Park Swim. Here is the finish for Adam Trin. Next race is your 200-yard freestyle. Take a look at the top times, or the seed times for the top swimmer for each male and female. Julia Pedrazzi, who's in lane 2, and Jack Lowinger in lane 5. Lane number 4, it's Dylan Mistry. Ahead of the pack, right next to him in lane 3 is Ashley Yanovak. Jack Lowinger, at the moment, pretty much tied up with Julie Pedrazzi. Strong swimming from Yanovac, still right next to Dylan Mystery. Mystery and Yanovac in the middle of the pools here. Lanes 3 and 4. And Yanovac with just a stroke ahead of her male teammate. Another down and back in the 200-yard freestyle, final 50. Lane 2 is Julie Pedrazzi. We mentioned her seed time coming in. Dylan Mystery swimming the 200 free. And then he's going to also swim the 200 free relay. And finishing up here, it's Ashley Yanovac, sophomore. Her first time swimming the 200-yard freestyle. It's a strong freestyle, and she has a strong race there. And we get a look at the finish for Yanovac and Mystery. And Yanovac coming in just a hair ahead. This is the 200-yard medley. Individual medley. Ava LaRosa and Abby Bernstein are your two swimmers on the girls' side. Dan Batrachenko and Sean Giardino, your swimmers for the boys. We are 47 seconds into the race. You're looking at lane number 3, and that's Abby Bernstein doing the backstroke. Bernstein, the sophomore, and now we look in lane 2, and that's Ava LaRosa. And the two boys' lanes 2 and 3, lanes 4 and 5. And the nearest one to you is lane 5. That's Sean Giardino, and Dylan Batrachenko is right next to him. Giardino, junior, he was a key swimmer in last season's second place finish in the Morris County tournament. Batrachenko, also a junior. He was also a key swimmer last year in that second place finish. Coach Greg Mills saying that he's got a great attitude, enjoys the sport, enjoys swimming. Got those two juniors neck and neck as we finish up here in the 200-yard individual medley. Batrachenko's best time, 2:25 this year. And he finishes up, Batrachenko in lane 4 with a time of 2:27. So just a couple seconds behind his best time as Giardina and Batrachenko finish up. And Ava LaRosa and Bernstein also doing so. Here's Abby Bernstein in lane 3. coming under the flags. .255 was Bernstein's best time this year, and she's a couple seconds behind that. So the final swimmer will be Ava LaRosa. And this will be the senior captain for Park Swim. 4-year positive motivator for the team. According to Coach Mills, her smile is going to be missed for Hanover Park as she finishes in the 200-yard medley relay with a time of 3:36. And we are done as we take a look at the finishing touches for the two boys in Batrachenko and Sean Giardino. And Giardino coming in at a time of 2:57, just behind his best. A lot of interest in the swim program at Whippany Park and Hanover Park, Park Swim. And we got full pools, which is fun for us to watch. Now it's the 50-yard freestyle. Take a look at some key swimmers. Lawinger and Mullen, 26 and 32 seconds respectively. Brian Mullen, the senior, is in lane number 4. It's Brian Mullen well ahead of the pack here and looking to finish in a time of unofficially just under 27 seconds. Going to be close to his season best time of 26.1. Take a look at this finish again. Mullen in lane 4 with lane number 5 and Francis Murray coming in behind him, a freshman for Coach Mills. So we're done with the 50-yard freestyle. Next up, it's going to be a 100-yard butterfly. Thank you for joining us here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network, as there will be a break and a cool-down session before we continue on. So the first section of events have completed. Next up, we're going to have a 100-meter butterfly, but a bit of a break in the action first. So stick with us here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. We'll be back for more park swimming. 100-yard butterfly has arrived. And they are off. Kristen Alessio and Lindsay Battinger, the two women in the pool, lanes 2 and 3 respectively. Battinger with a time of 1:18 she's trying to beat. And for the men, Thien Tran and Grant Nelson. Thien Tran, a freshman. A talented swimmer and expected to be a leader for Hanover Park over the next few seasons. And that is Tran, well ahead of his teammates. Next closest to him is in lane number 3, and that's Lindsay Battinger. Thien Tran, who is right at that time. 1:03 was his best time of the season. There's no official clock here to lock in his time, but based on our unofficial clock, he's going to be close to that time. Here is Lindsay Battinger coming in and finishing at 1:20. And that is just off of her best time of 1:18 this season, a sophomore. And here's our final finisher with Kristen Alessio. And we look once again at the finish for Thien Tran. Freshman finishing the Hanover Park or Park Swim season strong. Simon Rosenwasser here with you on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. Next up, we've got the 100-yard freestyle. So 100-yard free will have the Women of Faith Bordenabe, Caroline Leary, Ashley Yarovac, Dylan Mishri, TJ DiFrancesco, and Anthony Pandulo. You see the top times in the 100 free, Zhao and Mishri, for men and women respectively. Michelle Zhao and Mason Gurney neck and neck in lanes 3 and 5. In between them, lane number 4, Francis Murray. Also a freshman this year, Francis Murray. Dylan Mistry, the junior. Still Michelle Zhao. And Mason Gurney leading things for the women and men. And the finish here, it's Zhao getting in at a time of just about 1:05. Mason Gurney, the sophomore, hard worker for Coach Mills, finishes in his best time of the year for the 100-yard freestyle. Michelle Zhao, also a freshman, a great pickup for the team. Strong backstroker and freestyler, and showing strong freestyling here. There's Zhao, top of your screen, lane number 3. And Gurney in lane 5. And a good look at the replay on who was finishing first, and it looked like Zhao. Going to be a key swimmer for Park Swimming. In the years coming up. Looks like we're going to have another heat of 100-yard freestyle. Well, yeah, I could be wrong here. They do have two 100-yard freestyles listed, but you've got the distance swimmers out, so we might have moved on to... You know what? Here's what we got, Zach. And I'm talking to my director here through our commentary. I think it's the 400-yard freestyle, and we're just a little bit cut off on our margins here. So it looks like another helping of 100-yard, but it's actually 400-yard. And so we do have a full pool in 200 or in 400-yard freestyle. Lanes 1 through 5. Faith Bordenaire in lane 1. Caroline Leary in lane 2. Ashley Yorvac in lane 3. Daniel Mistry, who you see taking an early lead. Excuse me, that's Brian Mullen in lane number 4, and Mason Gurney in lane 5. And we are about 20 to 30 seconds behind here on the official times. Now let's take a look at the 400-yard freestyle C times. All right, we're looking at lane 3, and that's Ashley Yanovac. Lane number 2 has Caroline Leary. Caroline Lee, excuse me, senior captain. There's lane number 2. There she is, Caroline. Made steady improvement her breaststroke all 4 seasons. Good team motivator. Leaning towards a career in cognitive neuroscience. There is lane number 1 with Faith Bordenaire. Bordenaire, excuse me. The junior always with a smile to share with you, according to Coach Greg Mills. Worked to improve her strokes tremendously throughout the year. 6:37 seed time for Bordenaire. Lane number 5. And that's Mason Gurney. I think we mistakenly said Gurney was swimming in the last race. It was Anthony Pandula who swam in the 100-yard free, and Gurney, the sophomore, swimming here in the distance freestyle, 2.5 done. The leader in the pool at the moment is lane number 4, and right on cue, there's the video of him, Brian Mullen. Team's number 1 swimmer in the 400 meter, the best time of 4:19. And you hear the bell already for Brian Mullen. And he is going to be close to topping his best time. Remember, we started our official time late, or our unofficial time in the top right hand portion of your screen. So not going to be an official time, but it's going to look good for Brian Mullen. Again, his time 4:19 to beat. And the quiet kid who speaks through his performance in the pool has a loud statement here at the end of the season, a strong swim in the distance freestyle, and he's the only one who can start to catch his breath. Brian Mullen with his teammates still going. Lane number 2, we got a trio there, all three of them on the same lap. And that's Caroline Lee, just ahead of her teammate, and Ashley Yanovac. So, strong inner team battle happening at the top of your screen, and Yanovac starting to pull away as she approaches the final 25. Be the sophomore in Yanovac, finishing ahead of lanes 1 and 2. And Faith Bordenabe and Catherine Lee. Another 50 actually for Lee and Bordenabe. But Yanovac finishes. It's about 5:45 her time. The red squares being dropped down in the pool for the final 25 here. And in goes Lee and Bordenabe. Mason Gurney will finish up the distance freestyle event for Park Swim. Next up, it'll be 200-meter freestyle relay. Take another look at the finish here. And the swim from Brian Mullen, well ahead of all of his teammates. Next up, this will be the 200-yard freestyle relay, a fun one, team-wide event. First swimmers, Bridget Diaca in lane number 1. You take a look at lane number 3. This is the team. Abby Bernstein starting the squad off. Bernstein, Battinger, Alessio, and Lowinger, the team. And in lane 4, Francis Murray, Jack Lowinger, Dylan Mystery, and TJ DiFrancesco. Lowinger now in the pool for the lane 4 squad. And for the lane 3 squad, it's Lindsay Batinger. Francesca Mattia. Jamie Biederentia, Jesse Correa, and Jack Lowinger. All the second swimmers in this 200-yard freestyle relay. Third swimmers, lanes 3 and 4, Kristen Alessio for the lane 3 women. Here's the lane 4 men who will get their next swimmer in the pool, and that's Dylan Mistry. And TJ DiFrancesco hits the wall for the finishing touches on the 200-yard freestyle relay. Megan Lowinger does the same for lane 3's team. And lane number 2, Jennifer Robinson, lane number 5, that was Mason Gurney finishing up. Lane number 2, Jennifer Robinson. And lane number 1 was Colleen Samedi. Here we take a look at the Sinito, Here is the finish for the lane 4 team. TJ DiFrancesco, Murray, Lowinger, Mistry, and DiFrancesco. The foursome. Somebody's slipping in the pool. Be careful over there. But we've finished up 200-yard freestyle relay. 100-yard back is next. And again, we will have all 6 lanes. With in lane 1, Kelly Stephen. Lane 2, Julia Pedrazzi. Lane 3, Michelle Zhao. Lane 4, Thien Tran, Sean Giardino. In lane 5, and Adam Trin. In lane 6, 100-yard backstroke, and they are off. Michelle Zhao, a 117 seed time. Sean Giardino, 104, the time to beat for those two. The top seeds in the middle lanes. Well, lane 5 for Giardino. And it's Thien Tran who's leading the way so far. He's looking to beat his personal best of 108. And the freshman leads the way. Tran's final 25 with his teammate and Sean Giardino right next to him. Giardino a little bit closer to you. Tran's final backstroke as he gets in at a time of just under 108. Once again, going to be around his seed time. And now Michelle Zhao, who comes in to finish at a time of about 121. And Zhao is a few seconds off of her seed best, but Thien Tran, as we get a look at the replay of his finish. Next up, 100-yard breaststroke. Take a look at the top times for Lindsay Badinger and Dan Batrachenko, 126 and 112 here in the 100-yard breaststroke. It's Badinger in lane 1, Caroline Lee in lane 2, Natalie Garthy in lane 3. Dan Batrachenko's in lane 4, Francis Murray in lane 5, and Jack Lowinger in lane number 6. It's Dan Batrachenko ahead of his teammates at the moment.
Actually, I like that. I like how you had it.
Batrachenko, who will be a team leader next year. A junior this season, a key swimmer as a sophomore in that second place finish in the Morris County tournament for Park Swim. And he's going to come a couple of seconds off of his season best time of 1:12 in the 100-yard breast. But he will finish first among his teammates in this one. Just behind him comes Francis Murray, Jack Lowinger coming in as well. Natalie Garthy finishes at a time of about 1:30. And once again, it's Dan Batrachenko's finish that we look at. Natalie Garthy with the top time for the girls. Another swimmer that Coach Mills says lets her swimming do the talking. A quiet swimmer who talks through her performance in the pool is how he put it. Final race of the afternoon. Well, turning evening. Taking advantage of all the daylight that daylight savings has provided us. Starting to get warmer out as well. Brightly lit Rook Pool. And the final race is underway. We've got swimmers in 4 lanes. Francesca Mattia. We'll just take a look at lane number 4's team. Brian Mullen is the first swimmer. Then Dylan Mistry, TJ DiFrancesco, and Thien Tran. That's the top team for the boys. And for the girls, take a look at Yanovac, Kristen Alessio, Julie Pedrazzi, and Michelle Zhao. First swimmers are still in the pool, as that is Yanovac approaching her final 25. Second swimmer coming in for the boys in lane number 4, and that's Dylan Mistry, who has entered. Taking a look at Olivia Bueno. Lane number 2 is Brueno. Olivia Brueno gives way to Grace Minona. Lane 3, Kristen Alessio in the pool at the moment for Park Swim. There is lane 3. There's Alessio. Third swimmer coming in for the boys, and that's TJ DiFrancesco. Saw DiFrancesco fly across the bottom of your screen. Looking in lane 1 now, that's Jamie DeBolonia. And there's DiFrancesco completing his first 25 and a solid turn 2.5 minutes into the race. Third swimmer coming in for lane number 3. It's Julie Pedrazi. As another down and back in lane number 4 for DiFrancesco. Thien Tran will be the final swimmer for the boys team. We're looking at Pedrazi, who will have another 50 after her next turn. Michelle Zhao will anchor that team. Thien Tran is ready. And Tran is in. Look at Thien Tran. Man on a mission. Another look at that lane 4 relay team. And Tran has looked strong the last couple of races. This is the last couple of strokes of his season. Another 50 yards to go. Michelle Zhao right behind him in lane number 3 for Park Swim. Still looking at Thien Tran leading the way for that relay team. And Tran will finish with a time of 4:27 for his relay squad. Lane number 1, we've got the final swimmers in. Colleen Sanito is in. She relieves Carly Schweigart. Michelle Zhao will do the anchoring in lane 3. So all of the action in the first 3 lanes with Zhao swimming for Park Swim on your screen in lane 3. Lane 2 is Jennifer Robinson anchoring. And Michelle Zhao finishes up her team with a time of 4:18. Lane 2 and 1 are left. Jennifer Robinson, another turn for another 50 yards. And then in lane 1, you've got Colleen Sanito. There's Sanito making the turn. Lane 1 has finished up. And Park Swim with some cheers as their season comes to an end. Hitting the wall for the final time, it's Jennifer Robinson. And the 400 freestyle relay is done with a time of 6:26. And Park Swim has concluded their meet and their season here. So strong swimming, good energy from Coach Mills' team. We actually didn't take a look at our coach's corner. And why don't we do that? Coach Mills.
Hang on. That was it for that meet. Yes. We've got a coach. Hang on. Camera 2. Get me the coach.
And Coach Mills, 50 years of instructing.
See the guy. Talk to the girl.
And we're going to try to get a shot of Coach Mills before we finish up our broadcast here. Biology teacher at Hanover Park. Swam in college at SUNY Stony Brook. The 6th season as Park Swim head coach. And There he is on your right side, and we thank Coach Mills for giving us all kinds of great information on all of the swimmers, the top times, and obviously doing a great job as the head coach for Park Swim, and a very a studious expert in the sport. So we thank you for joining us here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. We'll leave you with the final few strokes of each win of each race here in this Park Swim contest. If you want to stick with us for the Madison swim meet that's coming in about 45 minutes, maybe a little less. But we get another look, and we'll roll through all of the replays. This was the 200-yard freestyle. This was the 200-yard individual medley. And that was led by Dan Batrachenko. The 50-yard free, Natalie Gorthy and Brian Mullen. As Mullen finished in fine fashion. 100-yard butterfly, Thien Tran, a standout for Park Swim. And here's his finish there. 100-yard freestyle. Dylan Mystery in lane 4, but it's TJ DiFrancesco in lane number 5 getting the win in that one. Here's the 400-yard freestyle. And Brian Mullen winning that one as well. So Mullen winning 50-yard free and 400-yard free. 200-yard freestyle relay is what we're looking at here. And that was the team of Murray, Lowinger, Mystery, and DiFrancesco. 100-yard back. Lane number 4 win for Thien Tran. This is Francis Murray. Excuse me, that's Dan Batrachenko in the 100-yard breast. And then just now in the 400-yard freestyle relay, Thien Tran anchoring the winning team in a strong time for Park Swim. So that'll do it for Park Swim and their season and our broadcast here this evening. Again, we'll be back for the Madison swim meet, the virtual swim meet coming up in a little bit. But it's been a pleasure to bring you the live streams of Hanover Park and Whippany Park, Park Swim swimming throughout the season. We thank you for joining us on the Play-by-Play Sports Network, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, everyone. And we welcome you to Morristown-Beard School for the start of the third of 3 swim meets. And it looks like it'll be a couple of races for Madison in lanes 4, 5, and 6. The medley, 200 medley relay. Grace Bradley, Aaron Barizanek, and Ann Bolt are your 3 starting swimmers. Here's your lane 4 team. Aaron and Lily Barizanek, Karen Wu, Gwen Luke Savage, and the early start, lane number 4, it's Aaron Barizanek. As we look at lane 5, Bolt is the first swimmer, then Yasher, Kelly, and Beekern. And the second swimmers are in lane number 5, and that's Maddie Yasher. The only other one we haven't looked at is that lane number 6 team, Grace Bradley, Olivia Leo, Alexa Leo, and Caitlin Engel. And there's lane number 6, and that is Olivia Leo doing the breaststroke. Well, it looks like we're going to do 2 installments of this 200 medley relay. One for the girls, one for the guys. And we are on the butterfly. It's Karen Wu leading the charge for the Madison Dodgers. Going head-to-head against Morristown-Beard, who swam earlier this evening. Simon Rosenwasser here with you on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. Glad you're with us. Zach Green directing, and Danny Ryan as well on our crew. Freestyle for Gwen Luca Savage. Second team in for freestyle, and that's Fiona Beacom, who's anchoring the lane 5 team. You're still looking at Gwen Luca Savage. And she is in, the time 2:15:06, with the freestyler in Caitlin Engel now in the pool, relieving Alexa Leo. Finishing touches on the race for lane 5's Fiona Beacom. So Caitlin Engel, the last to swim in the first race of the evening, the 200-yard medley relay. Engel, the sophomore, will hit the wall. And that'll do it for the 200 medley relay. Girls will swim in lanes 4, 5, and 6. The boys will step up and swim in lane number 1. We're going to have 2 teams. Lanes 2 and 3 will be filled. Evan Katz, Shane Farrer, Justin Lee, and Sterling Hart will be in lane 3. Jake Terry, Tom Daly, Nick Modi, and Connor Calabria will be in lane number 2. So we'll do the same race again. And the 2 relay teams will go back to back. Looking at lane 3 and Evan Katz, the first swimmer. Again, Farrer, Lee, and Hart to follow him. And Katz gets off to a good start, a little bit ahead of Jake Terry, who's to his left. We'll go Terry, Daly, Modi, and Calabria, the team in lane number 2. And Daly ready to go. He follows Shane Farrer into the pool. And the 2 breaststrokers are going at it 45 seconds into the race. Both swimmers in frame, Farrer and Daly. And now Justin Lee will do butterfly for the lane 3 team, and Nick Modi will be behind him in lane 4. First 25 done for Justin Lee. Final swim for Sterling Hart. Sterling Hart anchoring the lane 3 team. Connor Calabria doing the same for lane 4. And finishing up in a time of 2:16 is the team of Katz, Farrer, Lee, and Hart. Here comes Connor Calabria. And that finish at 2:30. So our first race is done, both girls and boys. A look at the finish from the lane 3 team. Sterling Hart's final few strokes. Next race is going to be a mixed bag in terms of male-female. First 3 lanes will be the males. In lane number 1, Ben Vanderholst, Artha Abasing in lane 3, and in lane 2 is Evan Katz. Lane 4, Karen Wu. Lane 5, Allison Lee. And lane 6, Isabella Cerullo. "25 yards in, 200-yard freestyle is the race. Lane number 4, Karen Wu, swimming neck and neck with Artha Abasing. Unofficial time in your top right corner of the screen. As has been the case throughout quite a number of the events this year. The scoreboard on site here at Rook Pool has not functioned properly, and it's once again not in function today. So they're using the old-fashioned stopwatch method to record the official times. Karen Wu hits the wall, and Arthur Abasing right behind. 1:15 into the race. And Karen Wu's got another 50 yards to go. Let's see what Abasing has left in the tank in the final portions of this 200-yard freestyle race. Wu still coasting. And Karen Wu will finish up in a time of 1:54. A sophomore with a strong swim with Abasing behind. Lane number 2, you've got you've got Evan Katz on your screen. And Katz will finish 3rd in this race with a time of 2:30. You see Abasing and Wu waiting patiently for their teammates to finish up in the 200-yard freestyle, and all 6 competitors have finished. We got a replay of the finish from Karen Wu. Was pretty much right next to Abasing throughout the first 150 yards, and that final 50 was a strong finish for Wu as 200-yard free finishes up. The next up, 200 individual medley. All right, take a look at the swimmers in this 200 individual medley. David Amieva, Shane Farrer, Justin Lee in lanes 1 through 3, Bello Guarino in lane 4, Fiona Beacom lane 5, Grace Bradley lane 6. Justin Lee gets off to the fastest start. Justin Lee, a junior for the Dodgers. Taking a look at the turn in lane number 1. That's David Amieva. And now lane number 4, where Bella Guarina has worked into breaststroke territory. Behind Justin Lee, but Guarino leading the girls, Lee leading the boys. So Justin Lee on to the fourth and final stroke, and that's, of course, freestyle. The pool record was 139.21 set by Ryan Waters. Morristown-Beard back in 2017. It's an impressive time. As Justin Lee finishes at 2:31, and that's good enough for first place in this race. Here comes Bella Guarino, who finishes at a time of 2:41. Shane Farrell in at a time of 2:50. Next up, coming down the pike, it's lane number 1, and that's David Amieva. He'll finish at a time of about 3:10. Lane 5, you've got Fiona Beacom finishing at 3:18. And your final swimmer in lane 6 is Grace Bradley, who will come in a time of just over 3:30. So 200 IM is done. 50-yard freestyle, and then we'll take a break. Let's take a look at the 50-yard freestyle lineup as the swimmers take their marks. Jake Terry, Doyle Keene, Sterling Hart, Gwen Lucas Savage, Ann Bolt, and Maddie Yasher. Lanes 1 through 6, top to bottom on your screen. A quick sprint up and back. And off they go. Once they make the turn, the separation will be a little clearer. And lane number 2 has the edge. Doyle Keene trying to stave off Sterling Hart, who's to his right. On the girls' side, we've got a neck-and-neck race. It's Doyle Keene who finishes at just about 30 seconds. In lane 4, the first woman to finish was Gwen Lucas Savage. As we get another look here. And look at lanes 4 and 5. And it looked like lane 5, actually, in Ann Bolt. Able to squeeze in that left arm ahead of Lucas Savage. Both seniors. Ann Bolt being on the team since her freshman year. Lucas Savage being on the team since her freshman year. And final sprint for them here in their senior seasons as we have reached a break in the action. So a little bit of a cool down, a break in the event. Next up, a 100-yard fly, then a 100-yard free, and 400-yard free in a few minutes here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. We are nearly ready back to the action. Ready to be back to the action. 100 fly is next, then 100 free. Here's your event lineup for the 100-yard butterfly. Sterling Hart in lane 2, Justin Lee in lane 3, Lily Berizanek in lane 4, Bella Guarin in lane 5, and Louise Nielsen in lane 6. And they're off. 100 yards of fly. Justin Lee gets off to the best start. Lily Berizanek. The best start for the girls. Lanes 3 and 4. The top seeds for their respective teams. Coach Nancy Lieb on the far side, near the turn, cheering on the swimmers as they make their turns. It's still Justin Lee, and the two swimmers in your frame are Lee and Berizanek. And Lee finishes with a time of 1:07. Berizanek finishes with a time of 1:10. Here comes lane number 5 for the third place finish, and that's Bella Guarino, coming in with a time of 1:20. Sterling Hart with the last couple strokes. He's in with a time of 1:30. And the teammates make noise for Louise Nielsen, who enters into the frame. The finish from the middle lanes, Berizanek for the girls and Justin Lee for the boys. 100-yard freestyle is next. And here's your lineup. Nick Modi in lane 1, Ben Vanderholst in lane 2, Tom Daly in lane 3, Aaron Berizanek in lane 4, Gwen Lucas Savage in lane 5, and Shannon Kelly in lane 6, closest to you. Aaron Berizanek in lane 4, fighting off lane 5's Gwen Lucas Savage. Couple paces ahead. For the boys at the moment, it's lanes 1 and 3 doing battle. Nick Modi in lane 1, Tom Daly in lane 3. And those two look pretty much even as they make their final turn. Lane 4, the girls, Aaron Berizanek pulling ahead. So Berizanek gonna finish at a time of just about 1:05. In fact, it'll be two girls to win and beat out their boys' teammates. It looked like Modi and Daly finished pretty much even. Berizanek and Gwen Lucas Savage both finishing strong here, 1 and 2 out of the swimmers here. Berizanek, then Lucas Savage, and then the two boys pretty much even behind Gwen. Final distance event of the year, at least individual distance event for Madison Dodger Swimming. 400-yard freestyle is next. And here are your lane assignments for 400-yard freestyle. Doyle Keene in lane 2, Arthur Abasing in lane 3. There's just 2 boys swimming here. Karen Wu in lane 4, Allison Lee in lane 5, and Susan Wilson swims in lane number 6. Settle in for 400 meters of freestyle. Arthur Abasing. It's off to the fastest start. And for the girls right behind him is Karen Wu. Lane number 2, it's Doyle Keene. With Abasing passing him on the other side. Keene behind Abasing at the moment. Lane number 1 here in this 400-yard freestyle, lane 6 you just saw was with Susan Wilson. You're now looking at lane 3, and that's Abasing. And he's pulling well ahead of Karen Wu, the number 7 about to be dropped into the pool in front of Abasing. There's Karen Wu. About a half a pool length behind Abasing, 2:20 into the race. In the middle of our distance race, we'll go to the coach's corner. Nancy Lieb, All-American swimmer at Princeton University, swim instructor at Somerset Hills YMCA, so a real estate professional, member of U.S. Master Swimming. Her and Lisa Moretti in the picture as well. Sneak in our coach's corner in the middle of the distance event, where Arthur Abasing leads. .312 into the race. And for the girls, that's lane 5's Allison Lee. But it's Karen Wu who is going to lap her. Wu's got the 11 down. And so a full 50 yards ahead is Karen Wu as she makes the turn at the same time as Allison Lee. Again, for the boys, it's Arthur Abasing. We're now looking at lane 6 with the turn from Susan Wilson. Abasing is going to hear the bell quite soon as the referee has taken a spot near the diving platform. Here comes the bell. So Abasing with the final 50 coming. And approaching the final 50 is Karen Wu, but we're looking at Arthur Abasing, who's coasting through with the red square dropping down in front of him. He knows he's got 25 yards left. And his final distance event of the year. There's Karen Wu finishing up her time 5:14. Arthur Abasing patiently awaiting her arrival. And the final few swimmers going to finish up. Still more swimming to do. Another 50 yards for lanes 5 and 2. Doyle Keene, as well as Allison Lee. Keene and Lee finish at pretty much identical times, 6:15. One more swimmer in the pool, and that is Susan Wilson. Another 50 for Wilson. .200 freestyle relay after this. 4 more races as alongside Wilson, Nancy Lee and Lisa Moretti, the 2 head coaches. Pace alongside. And that'll do it for the distance freestyle. Arthur Abasing, remember him a few minutes ago, coming in to finish up with a time just over 5 minutes in the 400 free. He was the winner, at least for Madison and their boys, while Karen Wu was the fastest swimmer for the girls. A 200 freestyle relay. Always a fun one. And we'll take a look at the lineups. So we're going to have 2 separate races here, just like the 200 medley relay. Down and back for the girls. Maddie Yasher is the first swimmer. Beacom, Kelly, and Guarino the first team for the girls. Lane number 5. Grace Bradley, Sophia Modi, Louise Nielsen, and Alexa Lee. And your lane 6 team. Emma Terry, you just saw Mackenzie Loughran jump in. Nino Pasikashvili and Kate Canfield, your 4 swimmers in lane number 6. It's lane 4 winning at the moment, and Fiona Beacom is the swimmer. Sophia Modi is in lane 5 behind. The 3rd swimmer is in during this 200-yard freestyle relay. Shannon Kelly now does the honors for the Madison Dodgers A team. Kelly makes her turn, and she will give way to Bella Guarino, who's anchoring this final race. Good sprint here from Guarino. Alexa Leo also in the pool, and Kate Canfield. Those are your final swimmers for the relay teams. It's Kate Canfield who just entered for the lane 6 team. Bella Guarino finishes the time 2:18. Here comes lane 5 and the finish from Alexa Leo. And then Kate Canfield will be the final finisher here for the Madison 200-yard freestyle relay for the girls. We're going to see the same exact race for the boys here in a moment. And after Canfield finishes here, we'll take a look at a replay of the finish in Bella Guarino. All right. $200 freestyle relay for the boys. First swimmers will be Shane Farraher and Evan Katz. Farraher in lane 3, Katz in lane 2. Here's a look at your lane 3 team. Farraher, Daly, Keene, and Abby Sang. And in lane number 2, it's Katz, Amieva, Modi, and Ben Vanderholst. Well, not much to separate the first swimmers. Here come the second, Daly and Amieva. And after the long dive, it's Tom Daly who takes the slight edge over Amieva. Doyle Keene waits the tag team to jump in. He'll be the next to do so. And here goes Keene. Nick Modi does so for the team in lane 2. Lane 3 closest to you, lane 2 furthest from you. At least the ones that have swimmers swimming in them. Not much of a status change after the third swimmers compared to what it was after the second swimmers. Let's see if Ben Vanderhurst can make up any time. But Arthur Abissing has been swimming strong, and he is coming out hot here during his anchor positioning. And looks like he's going to coast to the top time for the team in lane number 3, Arthur Abissing. Outdueling Ben Vanderholst here in the 200 freestyle relay. So there's Vanderholst, who comes in behind Abissing. You look at Abissing's finish. 100-yard back is next. 3 more races, 100 back, 100 breast, 400 freestyle relay. Full pool. 3 girls, 3 boys. Lane 1, Connor Calabria. Lane 2, Jake Terry. Lane 3, Evan Katz. Lane 4, Evan Berizinek. And Bolt in lane 5 and Caitlin Engel in lane 6. Leading the way, boys and girls, it's Berizinek. And that's Aaron Berizinek. And Bolt is behind her. And right now it would be Berizinek, Bolt 1 and 2. Evan Katz is by far the fastest boy so far. Again, Aaron Berizinek, one of the final 25, leads all the swimmers. And Berizinek finishes with an unofficial time. Goes Berizinek, then Bolt, and then again Evan Katz as lane number 2. That's Jake Terry, he's in, and Connor Calabria is the last one to finish the race. Take a look at the finish again here in the 100-yard backstroke. And again, Aaron Berizinek. Berizinek in lane 4 there with Ann Bolt behind her. And then also in that frame was Evan Katz. But impressive stuff from Aaron Berizinek. 100-yard breaststroke is next. We've got another full pool. Here are your lane assignments. Amieva in lane 1, Tom Daly in lane 2, Shane Farraher in lane 3, Lily Berizinek in lane 4, her sister Erin just winning that last event, Maddie Asher in lane 5, and Fiona Beacom lane number 6. Once again, it's a Berizinek leading the way. Lily ahead of the boys this time. And she's fighting with Shane Farraher. Those are the two that hit the walls first after 50 yards. Tight race between Farraher and Berizinek. Let's see if Shane Farraher can catch up to Lily. Here comes the last turn. A lot will be dependent on how efficient this goes for the two swimmers. Looks like a pretty good one for Berizinek. And maintains, maybe a 2-head lead over Shane Farraher. And Berizinek finishing. Beacom and Yasher also finishing their 100-yard breaststroke. Amieva and Daly go behind Lily Berizanek and Shane Farraher. And we get another look at their finish. One more race, and the question will be here in the 400-yard freestyle relay whether we get the boys and the girls swimming together. Otherwise, we're going to see two 400-yard freestyle relay races. And it looks like that's how Madison is going to have to do it here. So two 400-yard freestyle relay races, and we're going to have the girls first. And they are off. We have three girls teams. Here's your lane 4 team: Gwen Lucas Savage, Karen Wu, Erin Berizanek, and Lily Berizanek. So we just see the two Berizanek swimming in the last two events. They're going to swim on the same team here in this event. Lane number 5 team: Shannon Kelly, Isabella Cerullo, Bella Guarino, and Ann Bolt. Shannon Kelly starting things off for that team. And in lane number 6, Olivia Leo is in the pool now. Nina Kornchankel, Isabella Lord Martin, and Annika Soreka. Your 4 swimmers for that lane 6 squad. Should be about a 5-6 minute race. 2 more races, including this one. And the second swimmer is in lane 4, and that is Karen Wu. Lane number 6, getting a look at Nina Kornchankel. And that's lane 5 with Isabella Cerullo. Third swimmer coming in lane number 3, or excuse me, lane 4, and that's Erin Berizanek. The Berizanek is in. Bella Guarino is the next swimmer in lane 5. We're looking at lane 6. And still that's Nina Kornchankel. Erin Berizanek with her final 50 yards. Now closing in on the final 25 before she gives way to her sister Lily. And there's Lily. Final 50 for Berizanek. Anchoring swimmers for the lane 6 team as Lily Berizanek hits the wall for the finish. Ann Bolt, final swimmer in lane 5. Annika Soreka in lane 6. There's your final swimmer just entering the pool in lane 6 as Isabella Lord Martin finishes her leg. Annika Soreka finishes hers. As that's Soreka coming down the pike here. And Ann Bolt just finishing in a time of 5:12. So Bolt finishes there. And still another 50 yards to go for Annika Soreka. One more up and back for Soreka. And that will do it for the Madison Dodgers ladies swim season. We'll still have the 400 freestyle relay for the boys coming up right after this. And the time of 6:22 will do it. Another look at the finish for the winning team. Lucas Savage, Wu, Aaron Berizanek, and this is Lily Berizanek finishing up. Now the boys who are ready to step up to the blocks. 2 teams for the boys. We'll take a look at those lineups here in a moment. All right, so the boys are in the pool. We've got 2 teams again, lanes 2 and 3. There's the lane 3 team, Sterling Hart getting out to the lead. We'll be joined by Doyle Keene, Artha Abasing, and then Justin Lee. The lane 2 team features Nick Modi, Connor Calabria, Ben Vanderholst, and Jake Terry. Evenly matched after 50 yards. It's Doyle Keene starting to make a little bit of a lead here. Artha Abasing. This is Doyle Keene in, as it was Sterling Hart who pulled away in his final 25 to 50 yards. It's Doyle Keene now for that lane 3 team. Connor Calabria is in the pool trying to make up some ground for the lane 2 team. There's Abbasing, the third of 4 swimmers for the team in lane number 3. Ben Vanderhurst dives in behind him. So Abbasing done his first 25. He's going to pass by Vanderhurst, who heads the other way. And as Abbasing hits the wall, 3 minutes into the race, he's got another 50 yards to go before giving way to Justin Lee. Ben Vanderhurst with his teammates cheering him on with pom-poms in the background along the edge of the pool. Abbasing has finished. It's Justin Lee swimming for the final leg. That's Lee right there. Lee, who swam well in both the 200 individual medley and the 100-yard fly. There's Jake Terry, who you just saw dive in. So 50 yards behind the lane 3 team, and Justin Lee, who's closing in on his final 25 yards. Look at Lee churning through the pool. And Justin Lee finishes with a time of 4:33. Another 50 yards here for Jake Terry to go. And the final 25 of the Madison Dodger swim season is upon us. I want to take the time to thank you, all of you at home watching all season long here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network, as Terry hits the wall in 5:28, and we get another look at Arthur Abbasing. Check that, Justin Lee finishing things off for the team in lane number 3. Lee and Terry, your final 2 swimmers for Madison in 2021. So we thank you all for joining us here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network, not only today, but throughout the season. Again, Simon Rosenwasser here signing off. Zach Green, our director. Danny Ryan on camera, our entire Play-by-Play Sports Network crew. We say so long, and have a good evening, have a good weekend, have a good rest of the spring, everyone. We'll see you next time.